Retromania Pro Wrestling Podcast Network is a Moonsault Media production and is intended for private use only. For more information, contact retromaniapodcast@gmail.com.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Marking Out the Days Extreme Watch-Alongs. This is episode 3, covering the date January 14th, 1997. I'm one half of the hosting squad, Kobe Nida. I am here joined with the man, the myth, the legend, Davey Boy Rosenbluth. How's it going?
Oh man, Davey Boy, you fucking asshole, Davey Boy. Maybe I should have prefaced like how you introduced me, because people used to call me that as a kid.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's all right.
I mean, we can reflect on this nostalgic podcast here on Extreme Watch-Alongs.
Yeah. Let's reflect on never calling me that fucking name ever again.
We're off to a good start.
Yeah, we are.
We've had a great day. It's a snow day. Wink. It is a snow day, and we're catching up here with you guys on the Retromania Pro Wrestling Podcast Network. We have been watching along ECW. So we're going to get right into it like we do each week on this show, and we're going to kind of just talk about ECW as we watch the show and what happens, and Dave has some insight too, and then a couple factoids and stuff. It's a fun show. I hope everybody has enjoyed the ride. We've had some technical difficulties, so thank you for hanging on with us. You know, we've had a little bit of a delay, but that's why we're making up for it on this snow day, and we will be dropping in every week with you guys for ECW watch-alongs, extreme watch-alongs. Dave, I know you have some technical stuff going on, but we're looking forward.
Technical's beyond what I have going on. For those of you that are listening, that have been following along on social media a long time back, it's definitely a long time back, because it still hasn't been fucking finished yet. I'm going to shoot here just for a moment, so bear with me.
Go for it.
Since it's ECW, watch-alongs, and Paul Heyman used to like to shoot, I'm going to shoot just for a minute here on the fucking guy who's supposed to finish my basement so I could have my recording set up so I could celebrate the goddamn 30th anniversary of Ric Flair's fucking Royal Rumble win in 1992. Well, that's not going to happen. I was scheduled to do that on January the 26th. But no, some fucking asshole who I was contracted, legally binding, agreed to fix my fucking basement. Should have been done 3 fucking months ago. But it wasn't finished. It still isn't finished. And this piece of shit has been ducking and dodging me left and right. And here's the weird part. This is weird. You'll find this weird, Kobe. Everybody will find this weird. Everyone who listens to this, who has an adult life and has done adult things, will find this weird. I didn't give this motherfucker a dime. He didn't ask for a single cent when he started this job. And yet he's disappeared. 4 months to put down a fucking floor.
Wow.
So, with that being said, my schedule kicking out at 2. It's got a little fucked up, if you will. I wanted to cover 1997, Raw and Nitro, to complement this show, the Extreme Watch-Alongs, ECW Hardcore TV, 1997, make a big fucking deal of it. And then every now and then I wanted to sprinkle in some random anniversaries that were necessary, like Ric Flair winning the Royal Rumble in 1992 and the WWF title, 30 years, just right before the upcoming Royal Rumble pay-per-view. But no, somebody doesn't want to do their fucking job. So, kicking out on 2 is on, once again, another extended hiatus. Once again. So, I appreciate everyone's patience. It's not like any of you have been knocking down the door and saying, when are you going to do another fucking podcast? But, nonetheless, I appreciate everyone's patience and their time, and for following me on Facebook and Twitter. Please continue to do so, because I plan to resume normal recording operations once this fucking floor is finished.
Thank you. Well, I can't wait for you
Stay
to come
tuned.
back. Yes. Yes, everybody, please stay tuned. You can find us on any podcasting app by searching Retromania with a W. We have a whole archive there. Dave's illustrious show, kicking out at 2, and will return once he gets that fucking floor put in. Yeah, it's just go find us there and dig in the archive. Over 400 episodes for you guys. Evergreen content for your ears, and always fun. Some laughs, some historical notes, and some good wrestling content all around. Dave, you good? You ready?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's get this shit over with.
So let's get
January 14th, 97, on the cock. Find it.
Yeah, find it on the Cock, Season 5, Episode 3. Cue it up. When we say play, hit play with us. We're going to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then say play. Dave, you ready? I'm ready. Folks, you ready? You guys should be fucking ready. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Here we are. Ricky Morton and Tommy Rich coming out.
Somebody say something about getting fired up.
Yeah, firing it up, man. Some old timers here. Haven't seen them in ECW yet since we've been watching.
Somebody must have missed their child support payments and gave Paulie a call.
Are you referring to Tommy Rich or Ricky Morton?
No, I don't know, honestly, either one. But I mean, speaking of Ricky Morton recently just announced that the Rock and Roll Express are going to be on a farewell tour. That he is no longer going to be teaming with Robert Gibson. He's going to focus his attention on his son, Kerry Morton, and continuing to work behind the scenes in the world of professional wrestling, particularly the NWA.
This is right now in the state of 2022?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't think his kid was born in 1997. I don't think Ricky Morton spat out a drop of cum to produce that kid in 1997.
Okay. So I haven't seen his son in
Excuse
action.
my language.
I haven't seen his son in action. Have you seen his son in action?
No, I have not. But
Okay.
Judging by what we're seeing right now here, it looks like the Gangsters, New Jack and Mustafa, are Tommy Rich. Please put a shirt on. My goodness. Holy cow. Judging by what we're seeing here, I don't know if Ricky produced the child after this match here. My goodness.
Yeah. Another hardcore battle.
Somebody say something about covering up them titties. My goodness, Tommy Rich. The fuck, man.
Former NWA champion, though.
That's right. Former NWA champion. The part of the famous last Battle of Atlanta with Buzz Sawyer.
And that is
which was
the
first.
Yeah.
It was in October of '83, the very first enclosed steel cage match, which was a precursor to Hell in a Cell. I was at the Omni in Atlanta. You can look that up. Last Battle of Atlanta, the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia. It's a pretty fun match. I watched it a long time ago.
I was going to say
when it was the WWE Network and not the Cock.
Yeah, I was going to say that'd be a fun match to watch. Actually, one of the first. You know, I mean, especially.
I don't think there's commentary either. I don't believe there's commentary during this match.
Well, that'd be even better.
Yeah. So we don't have to mute it. We could actually do a watch along and do the commentary right along with it.
Absolutely. Right now we see the Gangstas and Ricky Morton and Tommy Rich just fighting all about the building. A typical ECW brawl from the Gangstas here. And the music is playing in the ghetto.
Yeah. It looks like Tommy Rich here, he 25 years earlier brought us Fabletics, that Kevin Hart athletic line that's out now for males and females with his yoga pants he's wearing. My goodness. Fucking Zubaz called.
Yep.
I want you to take that shit off and don't wear it without a fucking t-shirt on.
Mustafa is actually wearing the Roman Reigns attire now.
Yeah, he's got the Shield gear, the cargo pants and everything.
Yep. The original
same
Shield.
thing with New Jack.
Yep.
Same thing with New Jack here.
So I heard too, in this time in 1997, BWO shirts were accounting for 40% of the merch sales.
Yes.
So
I heard that as well.
It's pretty big, you know. That
for
goes,
ECW, yeah.
And that goes to show like what we see nowadays, where everybody kind of has a merch or a gimmick attached to them. You know, you always have to have.
Everybody's got a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody. I mean, everybody in AEW's got a T-shirt. Once a guy comes out, all of a sudden they hawk a shirt, you know, on the corner of the screen. Jay Lethal didn't even have a match, and they had a link at the bottom of the screen when he debuted in AEW for a fucking T-shirt.
Right.
Danny Garcia, 2.0. Fucking the referee, Aubrey, she's got a goddamn T-shirt. Everybody's got a fucking T-shirt.
Christ. Yeah, we see New Jack hitting Tommy Rich with the chair, picking up the victory really quick there. I don't think New Jack has a merch shirt on though.
No. Someone else's by the name of Tupac.
Yeah,
that's about it.
A lot of these guys in ECW wore band shirts. As we talked about last week, where everything kind of associated with the music, it went hand in hand.
Yep. Yeah, you saw a lot of, like Balls Mahoney and Axel Rotten. They wore a lot of like heavy metal shirts. New Jack had a lot of hip hop, rap, gangster rap T-shirts on. The music, like you said, incorporated. A lot of the music was illegally distributed.
Yeah, like Sandman had Enter the Sandman, and then, RVD had the Pantera song, which both songs now are synonymous with those guys, because when I hear those songs, I kind of think about them passing,
Yep.
Oh,
wait a minute. Ricky and Tommy.
Uh-oh.
No longer friends. Now we got ourselves a little bloodbath here, a little Memphis bloodbath in the middle of Philadelphia.
Wow, these guys are blading for the business. Tommy Rich can draw some blood, that's for sure.
Still needs to wear a shirt.
Yeah.
Is this an official match?
He needs to get some merch. I mean, it's ECW. The ref counts whenever,
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know if this was an official match or not as we're watching it here. Joey Styles giving us the play-by-play, if you will, of what's going down in the hood. But yeah, 40% BWO merch. That's an interesting tidbit there. Considering that it was such a small operation, wonder how often they were pumping shirts out.
Yeah, and I wonder how much money they actually saw of that.
Here's an interesting tidbit. It's a little WWF. With a few days left before the Royal Rumble, WWF is expecting close to 50,000 people to be in attendance at the Alamo Dome. As of a few days ago, almost 29,000 tickets have been sold. They've been heavily papering the city and are hoping for a big walk-up crowd the day of the show. This show has seen some of the heaviest local promotion ever, with tons of radio and TV ads, literally millions of coupon discount codes on Dr. Pepper and Taco Bell locations throughout southern Texas, and custom commentary on WWF TV shows airing in the area where they are heavily pushing ticket sales. The pay-per-view will be blacked out throughout southeastern Texas, so if you live in the area, the only way to see it is to be there live. That being said, WWF has pretty much quietly admitted the show won't be a sellout. But they've been hyping the 71,000 seat capacity on TV so much that they may still claim there are 71,000 people there, even if it's nowhere near close.
Wow. And it became one of their big shows. I mean, I think they might have inflated the numbers a bit, but it was a huge show, one of their biggest Royal Rumbles.
I think the legit sellout came out to like close to 50, and then they papered the rest.
Right.
So I think that I think it wasn't that far off from what I remember. I remember watching a Shooter interview with Cornette once, and he had the numbers in like a book that he kept because he kept track of all that stuff. And
yeah, they're behind. They're behind like a grocery store or some type of plaza lot, and it looks like they've made a room for the Team Taz dojo. Which, where's Hook? Send Hook. Look, it's Team Taz, man. All the way from what is it? 30 years now? 25 years.
25 years. Look at this.
Team Taz.
I just saw Hook wrestle recently for the first time in New Jersey at an AEW show. I went to Dynamite a couple of weeks back.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Well, first of all, this might as well be the Davis pissed off episode, because I went to that show and I was really looking forward to seeing Hangman Adam Page and Bryan Danielson for the world title. I was pretty hyped. They opened the main card with that. Me and my buddies, we had great seats. We were about 7th row on the floor. But once that match started, every son of a bitch had to stand up and put up their fucking signs like it was 1998 and the Attitude Era. Everybody. Nobody could sit the fuck down.
I want to be on TV.
I watched the match on the screen. It was a great match. But I watched it on the screen the whole time. In my section, they all went nuts for Hook. You would have thought he was the fucking second coming to Chris Benoit because he came out and everybody went crazy. Send Hook. We're in the hooker section. Shut the fuck up. He's 19 years old. He looks like a guy who fucking does videos on TikTok. He's not that good. I'm sure will have some sort of an appeal, but Jesus Christ. Like he's not that great. My goodness.
Yeah, there is so much like people latch onto in AEW, and then the thing is if they book him incorrectly, or if they do like what they usually do, he'll be an afterthought in 2 months.
He's a meme wrestler. He caught on with a meme, and all of a sudden now everyone thinks he's popular and he's got credibility and credentials. I'm not taking anything away from the kid because the stuff he's done in the ring has been good so far, but he's not like he's not the end all be all. He's not the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm sure he will develop into a fine wrestler someday, but my goodness, the overhyping is just unreal.
Yeah. Yeah, as we see Taz talking here, he's hyping the event Barely Legal, the feud that he has currently going on with Sabu.
Yeah, a long time coming here. You know what? Why don't we play the audio for a minute here, for a hot minute, and see what Taz has to say? Or maybe not. Over. Maybe my audio's not working properly.
It's okay. No. I can pump it
Fuck
in.
Me then. Okay.
I can pump it in.
No. That's fine. No, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll just do an audio of it right now. Sabu, I'm coming for you. 13th April, Barely Legal. I'm going to choke you out, brother. It's going to be a rocket buster. Look at that tomato over there, Cole. He's not the Undertaker. He's the Undertoddler.
Thank you for uninviting us to your dojo.
You're not invited here. You don't belong here. I'm not taking any of your money. You hear me? That's right. You can't do a bump properly. You don't know how to do a hip toss or a suplex or a Gucci-Katami. You don't know how to do nothing. You're not welcome here. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. He's telling Styles will rip his head off his body. And then there's Styles again, the one-man show, as we see. And they're heading into this Barely Legal event, but there's going to be a tag match there, which I thought was interesting concept. The tag match, the winner, whoever gets the pinfall, gets the title shot later in the night.
That is an interesting concept. It's not one of those that's done a whole lot, but they've even done tag matches over the years where the title is on the line, the guy doesn't have to be pinned. Like I think one year, WWF did it where
where it was
the champ.
Yep.
And Vince took the pinfall or something.
Vince and Shane.
The Rock became the champ.
Yep. Vince, Shane against Kane, Undertaker, and The Rock. That was something like that. But that was taken from this. I'm trying to think of any time before that where we've had like a tag match that turned into a singles match later, where the guy got an opportunity. Possibly in WCW before this, as we see Raven coming out, the continued feud with him and Sandman. They recapped footage of them fighting last week, and it looks like they're about to get it on right here in the ring again.
Yep, Raven and the Sandman.
And he's ECW champion.
Is he?
He's got the title on right there. Or did he just
take the belt from Raven? Or is this for the belt?
Not sure. We'll have to do our due diligence.
Yeah, maybe we should have done that before we started.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look it up right now. I'll look it up for us right now. Let me see. Sandman, ECW World Champ.
Yeah.
He was a record 5-time ECW World Champion. So let's see. During this time period, whether he was the world champion or not. I gotta look. I'm going through it. My apologies.
Right now we see Raven and Sandman starting their blow-to-blow contest. Sandman did take Raven's belt. I did see that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This
All
is
right.
where he
So I was wrong.
taken Raven's belt.
You know, Raven popped up in the NWA as a color commentator.
Yeah, we spoke about that on the I think the last week's episode of this show. You said that he had been commentating on NWA. Is he still part of them?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, good for him. I mean, is he decent on commentary? I haven't really watched NWA recently.
I haven't really watched it either.
Okay.
But I've heard that he's going to be a permanent fixture within the organization.
Well, that's good. Yeah, he probably I can see him doing well. I mean, he's an articulate guy. He's intelligent as well, so I can see him doing well. I'm currently nerding out and watching a 5-hour documentary called The Montreal Controversy or Conspiracy, and he's part of it. And the first part is talking about the story of like him knowing Vince and them, and then his thoughts on if it was a inside job or if Brett had any knowledge. It's an interesting documentary, but it's
Raven's interviewed for this?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
I know that for a while.
I think it was done in 2010. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that I heard stories over the years that when Raven was playing the Johnny Polo character in the WWF, they didn't really have much for him to do, and they put him in like a commentary role. And at one point, I think he had a close relationship with Shane McMahon because he was doing a lot of stuff in the studio.
He also spoke that he was close with Vince on the documentary because they made him an associate producer or an executive producer for creative for Raw for a little bit and Superstars or All-Star Wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, so he also got some insight, from Vince, and a smart guy, and he's always stayed somewhat relevant in the business. He kind of helped CM Punk kick his career off.
Well, yeah, in Ring of Honor, right? Didn't they have like a blood feud in Ring of Honor for a while, like in 2005?
Yep, and it was based.
Okay.
It was based off of Raven's substance abuse problems and CM Punk being a straight edge. So CM Punk played the heel for a bit. It was some good matches, man.
I remember hearing about like a cage match and a dog collar match. I think they had at one point. I never got a chance to watch any of it, but I heard it was some good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. If you ever get the opportunity, I think some of it is free on YouTube with Ring of Honor sharing a lot of their classic bouts.
Well, it's better be considering that they don't have a company right now currently.
Yeah, I mean, they did show up on Hard to Kill. There was a big moment there on TNA Impact, Hard to Kill. Did you catch that at all?
I saw the screen caps of it, and then I saw that I guess Ring of Honor has announced ticket sales for the Super Card of Honor WrestleMania weekend in Dallas.
Yep.
So, me personally,
cash grab.
A lot of people, yeah, I think it's and it's not a bad move because they know that there's a lot of wrestling fans in town for that weekend. Me personally, at this point, I think what would be interesting, and if they were financially able to do it, was to use the Ring of Honor brand and name and treat it like a nostalgia tour, and only run in the markets that you were strongest in. New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, cities like that. Run those markets and then run cities that have like big weekends, like a WrestleMania weekend or a SummerSlam weekend or what have you, and try to attract the older names of Ring of Honor to work those like reunion shows. Very similar to
what
when
NWA.
At one point. Well, the NWA runs weekly regularly.
Well,
what I'm saying is,
before that, when Billy Corgan first started, that's kind of what they were. It was like a nostalgia tour,
I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. I guess that's how you can look at it. Like, I didn't see it as that. I saw it as them as just like starting up,
Okay.
and just using. That's just me. That's how I look at it. I mean,
True.
everyone may look at it differently, but we see the BWO. Speaking of that 40% of merchandise, there's only 40% of a T-shirt on Blue Meanie right now.
Well, I'd say 40% of the audience has BWO shirts on.
Yeah, I mean, and there's four guys on the ring, and each all them. There's Rob Feinstein, that pervert, dressed up as 6 of the NW. I don't know what his name was in the BWO, but maybe I think he was 3.5 or something like that. But I think so. But yeah, he's a little weirdo. You ever heard that story about Rob Feinstein?
To some degree.
The co-founder of Ring of Honor. He used to work for ECW, did a lot of their footage, okay, a lot of their fan cam stuff and pay-per-views and things like that. Founded Ring of Honor, and then he at one point was caught with. He was on one of those like To Catch a Predator like NBC specials.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where he was posing as like a teenage boy or girl, and he tried to lure like another teenager to his place or something, and he got caught out by the cops. So he was forced to resign from Ring of Honor, and I don't know if if they bought him out, or I don't know the whole story. I mean, he didn't go to jail for it.
Wow.
Which is strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really strange. So I don't know what the deal is there. But he's got a fully functional operational business with RF video, and does he knows a fair amount of people in the business from his time in ECW. He's pretty tight with Dreamer. But I tried interviewing him once on a other podcast I used to do before I did Kicking Out at 2, and he tried to big league me like he was like he was something special just because he had friends in the business. I was trying to interview him to get to get a different feel of like what the shoot video business was like, and how he got involved and shit like that. And he said he would do it, and then he kind of like big leagued me and was like, "Well, I don't have time to do that." So
yeah, I've tried to reach out to some wrestlers, and I've never gotten a response. So
what's this? Are we getting a BWO induction here of the Sandman?
Uh-oh. He was featured last week wearing a shirt. They kind of, threw it on him. Uh-oh.
Oh, the big question hangs in the balance. Is he going to join the Blue World Order?
As Raven got super kicked by Stevie, some in-feuding there. They used to, Stevie was Raven's protege, rather. These guys fighting. So that was
a long time.
Yeah, that was a good tie-in with Rob Feinstein and ROH. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. I think Supercard of Honor is going to be the next show. On their weekly tape show, they just have been essentially just playing classic ROH stuff. So nothing really to see there, but it was interesting and kind of exciting to see them in Impact Wrestling. Even though some of it didn't make sense because you had Matt Taven and Vinny Marciella, who had just had a blood feud in ROH. They're now in a faction together, I guess, the Invasion. So
yeah, it'll be interesting. I wonder if maybe Ring of Honor restarting up is part of a working relationship with Impact. I honestly don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. I know they've been defending some of the Ring of Honor championships at like various indie promotions and stuff. Jonathan Gresham defended it. Defended the Ring of Honor Pure title against Chris Sabin.
Yeah, that was a great match.
Bandito defended the Ring of Honor World title, I think, at a GCW show recently. So
yeah, it's gonna.
They're still keeping the name alive. So it sounds like they have some plans to keep it going.
Absolutely.
So that'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds.
Yeah, in 25 years ago, we'll eventually see the ECW guys making an invasion on WWF. it comes full circle. Yeah, time is a flat circle, rather. It always loops in wrestling.
Time? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the same gimmicks. You can rewash something. I mean, the invasion thing has kind of been going on for a while, but it's interesting with the forbidden door. There we see the
Yeah, it's not so forbidden. I mean, let's be honest with you. Like,
absolutely.
we talked about it last year, and on catching up when Omega won the title and the Good Brothers came over. That did nothing for Impact Wrestling. Okay, that to me that didn't do anything. I wouldn't say it didn't do anything, but excuse me, it hardly. No, I don't have COVID.
Okay, well that's good.
It hardly did anything. I mean, yes, Omega being involved in some of those shows might have upped some of the buys for their events, but didn't do anything drastically for the business. Maybe it gave them some awareness, but did they become better off for it? I don't know. But WWE announces that Mickie James is going to be in the Royal Rumble, and they announced her as the Impact Knockouts Women's Champion, and that created a huge buzz. Yeah, and they did that in one segment.
They've done that a lot when they have a working agreement. I think right now it's because they know a lot of the talent and have worked with a lot of the talent that's in Impact. I would love to see some of the other guys from Impact get a nice little shine in WWE if they do have some type of working agreement that has more television appearances. Someone like Moose specifically. I think Vince would take a liking to.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big guy. He was on their radar a while back, and I think he ended up staying.
Yeah, he's the Impact World Champion right now. Great match that he had on Impact too. 3-way against Morrissey.
I don't get
Cardona.
Impact. Yeah. I have YouTube TV. I do not get Impact Wrestling, so. But I just heard recently that Access TV, that does air Impact Wrestling, might be joining YouTube TV. So that'll be one more thing on the DVR I'll have no time to watch.
Right on. Yeah, this is playing out pretty long. It's Raven all bloodied up, trying to get back to the locker room after being caned by the Sandman drinking some beer and taking that title belt with him. So, yeah, that's what's going on the show. We are at the 26:52 marker.
Okay. Interesting. All right. While we're on the subject of ECW in 1997, ECW scrambling to get all the legal and insurance red tape done for their pay-per-view to air on April the 13th. There's a 90-day deadline before the show where the promotion is required to have all the necessary insurance and legal stuff done to absolve Request TV in case anything unexpected happens. They have to get the paperwork done in time in order to guarantee the April 13th date. If ECW can't get it done in time, the pay-per-view would likely be pushed back to June, but because Request doesn't want to add another pay-per-view in May because they already have several events scheduled that month, including boxing, WWF, WCW, and UFC.
Huh. Well, looks like they might be getting the short end of the stick, but I think they come across well.
What's that, ECW?
Yeah, when they have their first pay-per-view. Didn't it get some good buys? Not to spoil
I don't have numbers in front of me.
Okay.
Currently. I was going to save that information for when we cover the ECW pay-per-view event at some point. But, I don't have numbers in front of me. I mean, they did well enough that they gave them a pay-per-view in August of 97. So they had to have done pretty well for themselves. I'm sure that the promotion with WWF helped.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm going to put you on the spot here, and I'm sure plans will change at some point, but what if we covered the ECW invasion of Monday Night Raw? We somehow delivered that as a bonus show.
I'm absolutely down with
marking
that.
out the days.
I'm absolutely down with that. What's that date again?
I believe that date is February the 24th or the 25th of 97.
Okay.
So it's a Monday Night Raw.
Awesome.
From the Manhattan Center. So that's something that I think would be nice to tie into what we're currently discussing here.
Absolutely. I am game for it. We can do that. It's a pivotal moment in the business and part of the Monday Night War, or the late 90s wrestling war.
Which is something I planned to talk about and to discuss and to watch on Kicking Out at 2, but currently the fucking floor's not put in. So, therefore, I can't do any of that. I don't even have my setup. So
yeah, we see a replay of what we literally just saw on ECW again. It's the same thing. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I don't know either. Maybe for the folks that just happened to stroll in the door at fucking 1:45 in the morning on a Saturday night that didn't watch part of the, oh shit! Sorry, Jennifer. We gotta resume this blowjob later. I gotta go home and watch ECW. I'm missing Sandman and Raven right now. Can you hold that?
Or
don't worry, I'll finish when it's over. I'll finish. I promise.
Or they're so drunk or stoned that they saw it, and then the editor was like, "I'm just gonna put it in here again and fill up some time," and they're like, "Oh shit, that happened again." We are literally just seeing what just happened. The Stevie Richards giving the Sandman the BWO shirt.
I feel like I'm watching a 3-hour Raw.
Yeah.
The replays.
Oh my god!
Over and over again.
The replays and the entrances.
In case you missed it.
Yeah. That's what Vince took away from watching ECW. It was like, I like the entrances, really long, especially the gangsters. And I like the replays, pal. And I like eggs. Egg stream. That would be
and I don't eat food with my fingers.
Right. Egg stream wrestling. Oh boy. Nice little punch though that Raven threw on Stevie.
Yeah, he sold it pretty well.
I know that there's also talk around this time in 1997 of a possible working relationship with ECW and Michinoku Pro, which was owned was owned by Great Sasuke, and which had Taka Michinoku.
I had heard that as well.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. They eventually do, because those guys are Kaientai, and then they're introduced into some of the angles in 1997 or 1998 WWF. Taka Michinoku especially.
Yeah. Yep, yeah. They had a great match at the Canadian Stampede pay-per-view in July of 97.
Yeah.
Which was kind of like a preview of what they wanted to accomplish with the WWF light heavyweight division, which was to counter the WCW cruiserweight division.
Yeah. Which actually, who made his return in ring this past year was Taka Michinoku himself. He took a little brief hiatus, and he came back in New Japan and teamed up with Minoru Suzuki or Taichi, one of the members of Minoru Suzuki's Suzuki Gun crew, and it competed in the World Tag League. So he's had some exposure and some back again in wrestling, it seems.
Interesting. I was not aware of that. That's Taka. Last I heard of him, he kind of disappeared off the face of the wrestling earth.
He did, and then he started his own little wrestling league called Just Tap Out, and then kind of took a little hiatus again. But now he is seemingly back in New Japan and actively wrestling. So it's classic Taka heel. I don't know if you're familiar with that. He's not doing the same thing he used to. He's not flipping and flying on his stomach, and taking crazy bumps. But
I remember when he was part of Kaientai and they did the whole Val Venus choppy your pee-pee gimmick. That was the only time I really, remember Taka Michinoku as a heel.
Yeah. But he eventually shows up here in ECW, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's part of. I think he was a part of the Baylor Legal Show.
Okay,
if I'm not mistaken. With the rest of the little guys from Michinoku Pro, all the guys' names who I couldn't pronounce. You do a better job at that. When we cover that show, you'll have to, you'll have to do the honors of pronouncing their name.
Another guy that's active.
I don't know if we should do a whole watch along of that show, or if we should just pick a match and watch one match from that show.
We definitely just got to do the Sabu and Taz.
Yeah, that makes sense. We can cover that match because that seemed to get the most hype.
Yeah.
As much as the moment is pretty cool with Terry Funk at the end, the Sabu and Taz one is the one that really sold the show, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think I'm about to get sick from the camera movement and also who is on in front of the camera. Joel Gertner here. Yuck.
Why is he wearing a sweater with a bow tie? Oh, no, that's just his chest hair.
Yeah. Oh, man. Never really got into him. Never was a fan of the shtick.
The one-liners are cool, but, like, we get it. You know, you like women. You jerk off a lot. You're probably still a virgin, live in your parents' basement. Yada, yada, yada. The end. Oh, wait, he's back. What the fuck is this? For those of you that have any aspirations of acquiring a seizure, watch this segment here.
Yeah, go to 3518 on your marker, and yeah.
Just stare at the screen, and you'll eventually have a seizure. And then you could try and sue Paul Heyman's parents.
Yeah.
They're probably still in litigation with everyone else that's sued them over the years.
Well, he'll just hide in their basement.
Well, he might hide in Brock's basement now.
Oh, true.
He's a big boy now. He's got his own money.
True.
We're back with Joey Styles.
He's not editing in the basement anymore.
No,
which I always thought
the laundry. No.
Yeah, which I always thought was cool. You know, this DIY promotion. They did come a long way.
They did. They made the best of what they had, accentuated the positives and camouflaged the negatives. Let's see if we can get some audio here. Let's see if my audio works again. Hold on just a second.
If not, I can pump it in. Here. I got it.
I take them away. Now you go to the back and you tell the Sandman to bring me my world title. Hey, easy, E. Oh, the commissioner, just the man I want to see. Now, I'll tell you what, the Sandman, I know he's your buddy. I know you ride down the road with him. I know you share hotel rooms with him. Now, you go to the back now and you tell him to bring me my title.
Raven, you're the ECW World Heavyweight Champion, and in all fairness, you've beaten everybody we put in front of you. But let me tell you something. You want that belt back, you get it back ECW style, like a World Heavyweight Champion should. You take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. And he'll pay.
Wow. Pretty cool stuff. And as we see, he's pushing the owner of the company in 1997. I wonder who will get that idea up their sleeve.
Well, to be fair, Bischoff started that first.
True. So that's a big thing.
Bischoff was doing the heel authority figure first.
Yes, he was. I mean, that's a big thing. I mean, we see three of the major companies starting to do it within an 18-month period, essentially.
Yep.
And since then, 25 years later, we're still dealing with authority figures being involved with wrestling. I mean, it's always been a thing, but I think it was a little different with the national promotions to some degree, where unless the promoter wasn't involved in wrestling, they usually just made rules, like Bill Watts,
Well, yeah, I know, growing up, for the WWF, you knew it was an important or a big deal when Jack Tunney got involved. But, he never got involved every week. He would be there to sanction decisions and things like that. Even Jim Crockett for JCP. They would reference Jim Crockett on TV, and he'd show up when it was an important, matter to address, and that would be the end of it. He wouldn't get involved in a match. He wouldn't get involved in a finish. He wouldn't, pay off a referee, nothing like that. Nowadays, every boss in wrestling is crooked. The one thing I'll say right now, currently, when it comes to AEW. They haven't gone that authority figure route yet. They've kind of, they've acknowledged that Tony Khan is the boss.
He's made appearances. He's made appearances on Elevation, backstage.
Okay, so you got to watch that show.
Yeah. See, I think they're kind of experimenting with what he can do on screen.
Please no. I'll say this: I saw him dude. He's a mark. He's a super mark. He's a mark with money. Like, he's a money mark. Okay. When I went to the Dynamite in Jersey a couple weeks ago, he came out and he was like, "All right, guys, let's get excited. Coming up is Bryan Danielson." Like,
I've heard it.
Yeah,
you're doing the great voice of him, dude. That's exactly how he sounds. I've seen the little
Dude, he would
YouTube.
go nuts. He would be like, "Bryan Danielson and Hangman Adam Page," and then he'd be like, "Give it up for Ray Phoenix. He just broke his arm through the table, but he's gonna be fine." Like,
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, we're getting.
He would just go nuts. I'd be like,
yeah, he's channeling Paul Heyman in a way. Paul Heyman would always scream and yell, and kind of lose.
If Paul
his
Heyman
voice.
worked at GameStop, that's Tony Khan.
Oh yeah, we're seeing Louis Spicolli and Chris Candido kind of finishing up the feud that was followed up. I guess the first episode that we watched, or possibly.
Yeah.
Where
Skip of the Body Donnas versus Radford.
Yep, Madonna's boyfriend as well. Some people called him.
That's right.
That was his name in AAA.
Speaking of Candido, Sunny, she's gotten herself into quite the legal trouble lately.
Do tell.
You heard about her arrest?
Did she poo? Did she fart? She too?
No, she didn't. No, she didn't poo. No. She should, honestly, for her age, she's a good-looking chick. She should just stick to adult films. Like, she'd probably be successful.
Yeah.
In adult films, like do the OnlyFans thing, whatever, start a fundraiser so you can fuck your fans. I don't care, do whatever, but like, don't have it's like it seems like every time she's involved with like a man, like tries to have a steady boyfriend, there's always some trouble. Like a couple weeks ago on social media, she complained that like her boyfriend didn't pay for her fucking birthday dinner, and she had to shell out all the money for her birthday dinner. And then she gets arrested, and it's in the news that she got arrested for making terroristic threats and brandishing and possessing a weapon, which happened to be scissors. So she tried to pull a Sid Vicious from Germany in 1993, and it didn't really work out for her.
Wow.
But I mean, like I said, she's still a good-looking chick.
Yeah.
She just got some issues. Like, just, if you can't get it, don't have a boyfriend. Just like I said, just continue to drown your self-esteem and do porn. Like, at this rate, like, don't even bother trying to have a normal life with a guy.
Right.
Like, it just never seems to work out for her. 1, 2, small package and a kick out. Oh, that wasn't 3. No, it was 2. Referee Jim Molyneux said 2.
Yeah, and these guys
slap
used to be
face. Another slap and another slap in the corner. Up to the second rope, and a right hand, and he puts him over the corner, and the leg over the corner again. What's he got in store? Oh boy, here we go. Candido up. He's gonna hook him. Wait, is he going for a superplex? Oh, Spicoli blocking it. Oh, reversal down to the mat. Oh, Spicoli up to the top. He's setting up, and we got ourselves a sunset. Oh wait, Candido blocks it. Cover. 1, 2, 3, and your winner, Chris Candido. No gimmicks needed.
Nice finish, though. Smooth stuff. I like it.
Well, I mean, I was calling the action. It better have been.
Absolutely. Yeah, guys are finishing up their feud there, I guess, or it might continue. They used to be former partners. Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Louis.
never mind.
Yeah. No.
Yep, you're done, Louis.
Go to WCW.
Oh, maybe it's continued. Yeah, there you go. Just humiliate him a little more. Oh, we got a right hand. Oh, some haymakers. Oh, another right by Spicoli. This match is over. The bell is ringing. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, Shane Douglas and the fake Undertaker. Oh, no, it's primetime Brian Lee or whatever the fuck you want to call him. We got a beat down here on Louis Spicoli with Francine hoeing around the outside of the ring area, giving all the guys in the front row a boner, and a choke slam by Brian Lee to Louis Spicoli with Shane Douglas shit talking, and same thing with Chris Candido. Now we have ourselves a triple threat in action here. And they are just wasting away. Oh, my goodness. A tombstone to Louis Spicoli sending a message to Marcus Calloway over in New York. And what is this here? Is that Goldberg? No, it's a pit bull. Don't know his name, but it's a pit bull. And he's no-selling the shit out of the attack from the triple threat. Here we go. Clothesline in. Oh, choke slam. Boom, he goes down thanks to Brian Lee. But he no-sold it, and he's back up again. Here we go. Right hand to Brian Lee. Right hand to Shane Douglas. And another right hand to fake Undertaker. And to Dean Douglas. And to Skip of the Body Douglas. And Goldberg is a house of fire.
Thank you very much. Oh, my God. It seriously is like Goldberg and Undertaker. Wow. That was interesting.
And that's how we end this episode of ECW Hardcore TV from January the 14th, 1997, here on Marking Out the Days Extreme Watch-Alongs, Season 2, Episode 3.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Dave. It's interesting there to see at the end Shane Douglas, Brian Lee, and Chris Candido. Are they considering themselves triple threat? Because there's been quite a few different iterations of the triple threat.
Fuck if I know. I mean, I was just rolling off the tongue here. Who knows? For all I know, I could have gotten it totally wrong. But I was just trying to make the last few minutes a little more interesting of this podcast.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Well, we hope you get that fucking floor put in, and if not, we're gonna find that fucking guy, and we're gonna put him through the fucking floor.
No, we're not, because I need the floor done. We're not putting him through the fucking floor. Okay. We'll put him through something else. All right.
Okay. All right. We'll
but
put
maybe
him
you
through.
gotta edit that part out for legal purposes in the event that
table.
something does happen to him, and then I'm all of a sudden what do they call those? Person of interest in an investigation.
Well, hopefully he doesn't listen, but thank you all for listening and continuing to listen. As always, you can write to us at retromaniapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook and like us and join the group there. You can always join in the fun there. And Jave, where can we find you? Until then, we will see you next week.
Kicking Attitude, Facebook and Twitter. Find the links on our Podbean, Retromania Podbean, Mr. Retromania with a W, all the archive shows there, and then some. Stay tuned for more updates as I hope to resume normal recording operations and get this thing going on Kicking Attitude. But until then, next week, same time, same place, right here on Marking Out the Day, Season 3, Extreme Watch-Alongs. Goodbye, everyone.